Oh yes, it's another young female in a vehicle about to complain about being an adult.
I just finished my first full week at a 9-to-5 job and I'm finna crash out because this can't be the rest of my life. I'm just like not ready. Like I barely lived.
And the worst acting award goes to...
I feel like my life is over, like no days off.
Well, if that were the case, you were not too smart to accept that job. I think you're being a bit dramatic. Just a touch.
I don't want the drama.
Keep telling yourself that and complaining to the internet.
There's a limit to how many days off I get. What are you talking about? Like, stop. And I am not a morning person. I am not a morning person. The nighttime is my time to relax, but I can't even have the nighttime to myself because I will literally be dead in the morning. So like I have to like cosplay this put together girl. Like, it's not me. Like, I've never been her and I never wanted to be her.
I watched this entire clip and I have to say,
The hell's going on today?
it's not just her. She represents a large chunk of the population lacking all social responsibility and understanding of the world. But at least she can calm her anxiety.
And I had to get a Frappuccino just to feel something. Like, I feel like I'm being bonded by chains. I bet prison is more freeing than this.
Alrighty then, get back to work.
I had almost 90,000 subscribers on YouTube, but somehow I was still broke. The name of my channel, Future from Bruv. Around 2018, I made my first video with my friend named DeAndre. We was in college, sitting down, made a video. It was cool. I went to my bro's school and we did a video. I think it was questions girls have for guys. Video did like 100K views. We got a lot of traction, and then from there we became the Bruvs. In my head, I'm like, yo, if we stay consistent, we're gonna win. This was the plan. Everybody was on board. We was doing it. It was popping. We was flying out. We was going on vacation. We was doing things. We was making money. It was going well. And then people move, consistency stopped, and life hit. Subscribers don't pay the bills. I was doing Instacart and DoorDash in between us doing videos just to make some extra money. I also was selling merch. I didn't have the best money management at the time. It didn't work how it was supposed to work. I had a kid. The money wasn't coming in quick enough. I couldn't really be the best that I wanted to be. My girlfriend was telling me to get a job. I'm not trying to get a job. I thought getting a job was meaning I quit, so I didn't want to get a job. I was like, yo, how I'm gonna do this? One day I was doing Instacart and it was really slow. How I'm gonna do this? One day I was doing Instacart and it was really slow. On the phone, my guy Big, he just got a job at Fax at the time. He was telling me like, yo bro, I think you should get a job. Like, you could always still be a content creator, but you need money. I started applying for jobs. Getting rejected, nobody hit me back. Big sent me a link to Amazon. I applied, got the job. If you have a dream or a goal, a job doesn't really stop your goal. Job is to help you, it doesn't hinder you. Ever since I got a job, I've been more stable. Life has been better. I've been able to pay my bills on time. I've been able to help the mother of my child more, help my son more. So having a job has been stability that I didn't have before. If you have a dream or a goal, a job doesn't mean you quit. A job just means you chose another route.
Y'all make $1 million off that channel in a year. 1 million just got divided by 5. And let's be real, that's an astronomical number. That's not even really probably what they did. So if you have a channel, let's just say your channel makes $100,000 in a year. Now you only made 20K. Whereas if that was your channel, you'd have made the whole 100. That would have made a much larger impact than the 20K, right? So why would you have a channel with multiple people? And this even goes into businesses, because what else do you have to deal with when you go into partnership with other people unnecessarily and you don't have the complete leverage? One thing could be that not everybody's going to work as hard, but the revenue is typically still going to get divided equally, regardless if everyone's contributions aren't equal. Maybe everyone's working hard, but everybody's not driving the same impact, right? Think of like a boy band, right? Like B5 or something, or B2K. There's clearly one person in these groups that is the most talented. Even if everyone's working the same, there's one person that stands out. And those people usually go and do their own thing, because what they find is that actually the other people are holding you back, right? And of course, the most obvious, right? And I would say the most important, you have 5 people. So now every time you have to make a decision ultimately on how things are going to move forward, now you have to address the committee. So that what that does is that slows down how fast you all can execute on new ideas, as well as sometimes you may not even do it. Or maybe you feel like you know what's right, but now you have to go off and you have to do this other idea that doesn't make no sense to you, all in the name of fairness, but not in the name of effectiveness. So I think that was his biggest issue. They had 90K subscribers and he said he was still broke. Yeah, because you were splitting the profits all these ways. You should have just made your own channel. And if you do collaborations with other people who have motion, then that's a whole different thing.
I'm looking
Her caption says, how you're going to get out of debt. We got the main story coming soon. It's going to be good.
at these videos. 30,000 in consumer debt. I've been there, done that. The bills need to be paid. I was laid off. But this is what it takes to get the money back, right? To get the money back, to get the savings right. Because I promise you, those little chunks of change you use to eat out, they all add up. I only eat out on the weekends. I'm this disciplined. You gotta be this disciplined, okay? And then, of course, having more jobs and finances on the side. But this right here is the main meat and potatoes of how you're gonna save. This is how locked in.
Day 39 of using TikTok as a platform to help me pay off $68,000 worth of auto loan debt.
She didn't say 60,000. She said 68,000. Really, 68,000 and almost 500 on her auto loan. What type of car do you have?
And you guys, I think I might have actually cracked a code. Girl on here on giving some tips on how to go viral, and I literally did them yesterday, and I truly believe that that is the reason why I made $11.20 yesterday from the Creator Rewards Program. That's freaking insane. That's just views. I seriously cannot believe it. The tips that she was giving is TikTok is an AI bot and you need to train your AI bot for what you want. So I was in the creator search engine asking it how to go viral today, how to go viral this week, how to successfully go viral on TikTok, and I shit you not, 18,000 views on my day like 38 or 37. It was day 37. It was a couple days ago. But I promise you that that has got to be the reason why. And then I started, like, once I searched, I just started watching those videos all the way through. I was engaging from the bottom up after they finished, and then I let them play for an additional 5 seconds, and I saw another creator have really good success with that, so I started that as well. Now I'll go ahead and add the starting balance and then the remainder balance, and with all of the donations and everything that I've received from the Creator Rewards Program, so that way that you can stay up to date with the amount that I still need to reach. Now what I need you to do is, once I'm done talking and the video is over, I need you to engage from the bottom up. I need you to save the post, share the post. You can copy the link just to let TikTok know that you're not a bot and that you're actually here engaging. And then go ahead and comment 9 words. I personally, whoa, that dragonfly, would love to know what goals that you have so that I can pop over to your page and help some of your videos get boosted to 100 more people in the algorithm. Now, once you do all of that, then you can go ahead and heart my post. And obviously, if you like this type of content, please give.
This is just too sterile. Is this what we're getting with the, like, you have to manufacture engagement to this extent? I mean, it's one thing to ask for a like, ask for a hype, whatever. She has a, it's just too much. Too much friction, and really just too much you're asking. Just let people kind of organically do what they do, right? Trust me, on YouTube, I know that really the hypes is the biggest thing, but then the next thing isn't likes, it's comments. But I wouldn't like ask somebody, yeah, comment 9 letters at least, or 9 words at least. No, I'm gonna just let that organically happen. Some things you just have to let it organically happen, and you just simply have to be patient. As well as, if certain things aren't organically happening, then what that is that's an indication, and that's great feedback. And when I say feedback, that means that there's possibly something that you can do or should improve on. And so I wouldn't want to be this meticulous with trying to, just let things happen naturally in my opinion, but it may be working for her. But at the same time, she probably chose the wrong platform because she said she did all that. She went viral according to her, but she made $11. But all right, let's get into the main story of today, y'all. Let's get into the main clip of the day.
Okay. Something that's been on my mind.
All right. So the caption says, point of view, you're broke and your content isn't paying off yet. Again, if you could like the video, if you haven't already, greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second. But let's go ahead and get into it. She basically put in her description, realizing TikTok might not save me financially. Let's go.
Something that's been on my mind a lot lately is when people be like, oh, you work 3 jobs, like you got all that money, and I'm sitting here like, I don't understand why you think I have money. Okay, I'm in a lot of debt, and a lot of it is my fault. Okay, I will say I got a brand new car straight off the lot, 5 miles on it when I got it. Okay, I also have student loans. My student loans when I started were like $30,000. Okay. And then I had to use,
that's not that bad,
almost $7,000 on my credit card to not pay off my car, but pay stuff on my old car, because it just kept breaking down and needed to be fixed. Okay. And then I had to spend almost $3,000 on plane tickets because I had already said that I was going to go to Greece, and I had already put a deposit down, and my parents ended up backing out or something like that. I can't remember exactly what happened, so I ended up having to pay everything for myself. And so my Discover card has about $12,000 on it. And because...
And the Discover card has 12... You put $12,000 on it for a vacation? Oh my gosh. Man, I wish I was good at editing. When I finally get a little bit of time, I'm going to really sit down and I'm going to get really good with editing. I'm going to invest in learning that. Maybe I'll do a course or something on editing, because I want to have a little self-inflicted wound meter on my videos. I want to have a self-inflicted wound thermometer to where once it just continues to build up, then the top of the thermometer just busts open after it just accumulates so much red. Because that's the whole way I was feeling when she was talking. Goodness gracious. And you know what's crazy? She wasn't even that bad off, because for most people, the main thing that really debilitates them and takes them out of the game is these student loans. But she only has $30,000 in student loans. But now she done found a way to still make all her debts add up to the most extreme cases of people with student loans. Here's what I mean. She went and bought a brand new car off the lot. So we can assume, let's just say that's $50K right there. That's conservative. So now we're at $80K. Then what did she do? She went in on a vacation to Greece or whatever, and she did that all on a credit card, allegedly. $12K. So now we're almost at $100K. All in all. So she done created a crazy a crazy student loan with all her debts. And now, according to her, she thinks that TikTok is going to be the saving grace that is able to resolve all this debt. TikTok. I think I heard her say she has like 3 jobs too. But I don't think this is going to do it. I really don't.
Pay everything for myself. And so my Discover card has about $12,000 on it. And because of the fact that I owe so much money and I also have a dog, sometimes I've had to use my other credit card. So that credit card's full. And I'm sitting here looking at my tank, and I have a 1/4 of tank. And I have $2.52 in my rainy day fund. I have maybe $14 in my checking account, and then I can't use any of the money for my bills because I need those for my bills, and if I use it, then I don't have money for my bills, so that has to stay put. And so I'm stuck in this predicament, and then I have like $11.80, I think, something like that, on Apple Cash. And I have been trying so hard on this.
And this is the problem. But you don't got nobody else to blame but yourself. You don't even have $30 saved up to your name. But yet you were able to take a trip to Greece. In what world is that possible? When you got, really, you don't have $30 to your name. You've got almost negative $100,000 or a little bit over, because she said she maxed out another credit card. She didn't even address that balance. So actually, see, people don't understand this. Like, people will act like they'll have $2,000 in the bank saved up, and they'll be like, yeah, my net worth's $2,000. Meanwhile, you got a $75,000 student loan, and you owe on your car, you owe on a credit card. That is called a negative net worth, because you owe on certain things. You have liabilities. Let's just take assets out of it. Let's take the car out of it. Let's just say you got student loans and you got another negative 25K on a credit card, but you got $2,000 liquid in the bank. You're worse than broke. You're in negative. You are worse than destitute. When people say how much money you got, you're supposed to say I have negative $98,000. Did you know that? Because that would be accurate and that would be the truth. But people don't look at it like that.
And if I use it, then I don't have money for my bills. So that has to stay put. And so I'm stuck in this predicament. And then I have like $11.80, I think, something like that, on Apple Cash. And I have been trying so hard on this app to be engaging, to be there for people, to hype people up, and, you know, be an engaging bestie. And then I look at my views and I look at my engagement and I get depressed. I get upset because it's not everything that I've been trying to do, everything that I want people to like my videos, but I feel like people aren't liking my videos enough to engage with them. They're viewing them, but I'm still getting honestly, I've been between 100 and 200 views. And when I work at the zoo, I still try to post because I know that I not necessarily am going to be able to engage because I'm working. I can't. But if I post something, I feel like I'm still putting something out there that when I get off work, I can then engage with. And it's just one of those things that has really been hurting me a lot lately, because I've been doing this. In July, it'll be a year since I got into the creator pilot program, but I believe I started around this time last year, really posting videos and trying to, like, you know, get engagement and get people to like my videos and everything like that. And it hurts my soul. Well, I can't do that with this. It hurts my soul when I see my videos flopping, because I know that I'm not engaging with other people, so that I know that's why they're not doing so great. But the people who are watching them, I feel like I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why didn't you like the video? Why didn't you comment on the video? Like, I don't understand those things. And people ask me all the time how I got to this many followers, and truth be told, I have no earthly idea. I will be completely.
Imagine she says she's depressed because it's not getting the engagement. It's not doing what it needs to do. Imagine this is the world we live in now, where you can be depressed by not getting attention that you want. That's basically what she just said. If I got depressed because I wasn't getting attention from strangers online, then I would have some reevaluation to do. Listen, I had already came into this with the mentality, listen, man, if I'm only getting 10 views, I'm gonna keep going. And for those 10 people, I'm gonna show up for them, and I'm gonna show up full force and with a good attitude. And I'm gonna try to give the best information and the best takes that I possibly can give. Because guess what? You know what's funny? If it was 10 people in a room listening to me talk, and I was standing up public speaking to 10 people in a room, people would think that was pretty impressive, or 20 or 30. But now all of a sudden we come online and it's 30 views and people are like, this ain't Ish. I'm mad. I'm upset. That's the cognitive dissonance, right? And really think about this. She's saying Can y'all tell me, like, why isn't my stuff popping? Like, why isn't it engaging? Ma'am, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Business ain't that easy. Most people who do go into businesses, they fail the first 10 times at least. And really, just success may just mean making $100, finally getting some type of profit. It's not that easy. And nobody's going to be able to tell you what's going to have to work. You're going to have to try a lot of things and see what doesn't work until you get to the one thing that does. So if you try, but what you need to do is you need to have Pareto principle, which means that if something does work, you double down on it. But if it doesn't work, you drop it as fast as possible. Why do we drop it as fast as possible? Because if something didn't just work, well, guess what? Out of the 10 things that you're going to try to figure out what does work, now that's one less thing. So now you can go to the now you only got 9,999 things left to try. And that's how you have to look at it. But if you're not looking at it like that and you feel entitled, then what will usually happen is after you try the first thing and it doesn't work, you'll be all depressed. In which that's an entitlement problem, ma'am. That's no one else's problem but your own. You got to figure that out. If you want to get in the arena, then you have to be ready to do battle. And it's just that simple.
To be honest, I am currently at that point where it has become very, like, come to my attention that more than likely I won't be able to pay off my debt at this rate with this app. And I put my heart and soul into these videos. Like, I don't have a lot, and I will admit it, I don't have a lot of time to edit, so my editing isn't as good as other people's, but I think for someone who is at least trying, I'm doing decently well with my videos. But it's become very apparent to me that this is not going to help me get out of debt, and it has just become kind of saddening to me, because certain things like, you know, posting the go live videos, all you have to do is click a button. And I feel like for me, like, anytime I see a button, regardless, I'm going to engage with that video. Okay, I'm going to engage from the bottom up or down, bottom up, bottom, whatever. I'm going to engage with everything. I may not follow the person. I'll go on their page, and if I see something that I feel like I resonate with, or it's something that I feel like this person could really use an extra push, I follow as well. But regardless, I'm engaging and I'm pushing that button, because it takes literally no time at all. If you are trying to help people, there is a button right here. It's not really a button, but there's a spot right here, like this little spot, that you can hold it down and that video is going to go 2 times. Okay, watching videos all the way through, engaging with people's videos, pressing that go live button does not take as long as people think it does. Okay, I have watched 10-minute videos, 10-minute, like this one is probably going to be, all the way through, and I've engaged with it. Okay, it's not hard. It's not hard to help people, and I'm
not trying to guilt trip your audience because they won't engage. And she's not even asking for no little engagement. She's like, make sure you watch the whole 10-minute video, hold a live button down. And I thought she was just asking for a like. She's talking about a something live button on TikTok or whatever. Listen, I ask for likes or whatever. I say the same thing. It's not that hard. It only takes a second. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I will never trick myself and think that if I have 10,000 views, I'm about to get 10,000 likes. It's just not going to happen. It's just not possible. It's just not going to happen. I just do the reminder for those people who want to do it, which it doesn't take a second. It doesn't, especially if you're already watching anyway. It's very frictionless, very easy. But after that, I'm not going to try to shame you or guilt you any further than that. Listen, I don't expect it. I don't feel entitled to it. I don't think it's that hard. And I don't think that is, it's that difficult to just like a video. But if you really just don't want to do it that bad, then I don't want to force you. If it's that deep, it ain't that deep for me. I'll figure it out. I'll take responsibility. I'll take accountability. And I'll keep moving forward. And I just won't stop. And it's not going to stop me. But She's deciding to come on here and try to guilt trip her. She's trying to guilt trip them. It doesn't take that. I always do this, and I always do it too. I always like as well, even something I don't like. I'll just like it automatically. But we can't try to hold everybody to everybody else's standard. That's like somebody else talking about some. Yeah, I let anybody come stay with me. If someone's on the street and they need a place to stay, I make sure that I open up my home. Ma'am, you ain't gonna do that. So we have our own little standards, our own little things, our own little philosophies. And so we just have to respect that other people have theirs as well.
I am very upset because I'm like, you would think with 4,467, I believe this morning is what I saw. You would think that my videos would have more views, more engagement, and people ask me questions all the time like, how did you get there? And my truthful answer is I have no earthly idea. And that is my honesty, okay? I'm completely honest.
That's your problem.
But as I said in the beginning of this video, I have no money to get gas, okay? I don't get paid for this dog sitting till more than likely. I don't know when she's paying me for it, how she's paying for it. I have no earthly idea, okay? So I have no earthly idea when I'm getting money, and my dog needs things, and I have no money, okay?
That's also
I
your
get paid
problem.
on Thursday, and I already have no money then either because I have to pay bills. And I'm trying to find a new job. I am. Okay, I'm trying everything. I would love a job that I could work from home because then I wouldn't have to leave my dog because he has separation anxiety and he's also getting older, and so he needs like more time being watched. And I wanted this app to be a way to help me kind of alleviate pressure off of myself, but also like it be a way to show my life and show what it's like to be a small creator, but also a small town creator who literally doesn't have any talents other than knowing historical facts and having 2 chronic illnesses and working her butt off, okay? And yeah, so I have no idea how I'm getting gas, and I thought that this app would help me not have to stress about that.
Why do you have a dog and you don't even have gas money? That opens up your gas budget right there and then some. Not having to feed that dog, not having to take care of that dog. Talking about her dog has separation anxiety. How do you know? How do you know? Did you talk to the dog and the dog told you that? I would think that that's like a therapist type of question where you actually have to talk and uncover that. She's talking about my dog has separation anxiety. Ma'am, you just focus on all the wrong things. And listen, that dog has to go unless that dog starts bringing in income yesterday. So that means that Biscuit is going to have to learn how to do some flips. He's going to have to roll over, tuck and roll and all that. And then we're going to get a can and he's going to do tricks and we're going to try to see what we can do. If not, you got to go. But in all seriousness, she mentioned that her channel kind of popped off or whatever, and she doesn't know how she got all these views and how she, has got all these people that follow her. And I mentioned that that's her problem. Your problem is that you don't know why that happened. So that means you're not intentional with what you're doing. You're just getting lucky, and you're really just going off luck. And so that is a key indicator that there's no iteration process. There's no review process. You're not taking advantage of analytics, and you're not trying to ultimately understand why that happened. You need to know why that happened so that you can repeat it again and you can do it again and you can recreate the magic. But if you don't even know how you got your success in the first place, then how are you ever going to be able to recreate it and repeat it ultimately?
Not make me feel belittled anymore. I feel so belittled all the time. I don't talk to any of my family about it because I honestly don't talk to anybody about it. To be truthfully honest with you, I don't talk to people about it because I feel like when I put how I'm feeling belittled onto someone, I feel bad. That's just the person that I am. And so I don't like to do that. But I feel like also being honest on this app is very important for me, honestly, because I'm sharing my life, and part of my life is being absolutely broke and not knowing when I'm gonna have another paycheck. So and I have no idea where these boys are, and I wish people would answer the phones. Oh, there's someone there. We're gonna turn around. That's another thing we're doing. We're trying to get a key, and currently, like, the guy that I texted is not answering his phone. So I'm gonna go here first and figure out where the boys are, because I need the key. Okay, I need to be able to get in to the house that I'm going to, and I'm not staying all night trying to figure this out. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, if someone tells you that they're not struggling in this day and age, they are absolutely wrong. I don't know what this person's doing. Are you gonna go? Are you not gonna go? Okay, that's absolutely fine. But we're all struggling in this world. So next time you see someone's video, regardless of how long it is, please, please, please watch all the way through, engage with their video, and if they have a go live link, please click it. It's not hard, takes little to no time.
All these people trying to manufacture what you're doing. That's the end of the video. All these people trying to manufacture what the viewer does. The viewer is going to do what the viewer wants to do. She's like, make sure you watch it all the way through and all this type of stuff. Listen, she seems like a perfectly nice person, but she's in her own little world mentally, right? And so, no, ma'am. You can't force people to watch something that they're just simply not interested in watching any further for whatever their reason is for that. I get it'll help you, but that's a tall ask. Listen, become someone or create content that is worth watching all the way through. And by them not watching it all the way through, that should be feedback. And that should be an indication that there's something that you need to change so that you can make it better. Because if people start watching your stuff all the way through, not because they organically want to, but just out of obligation, what are you going to start doing? You're going to start thinking, oh, it's working now. And then you're going to start making more of it. And now there's going to be more content that you're making and producing that now people are obligated to watch more all the way through that they're really not interested in. And so that's why I say that is a large ask, because if they do it once or twice, then you make more content and you're putting this obligation on them to have to continue to invest in. Then all that's going to happen is they're going to be like, okay, I tried to help, but now I can't do it no more. And then the views are just going to drop off again. And then you're just going to be right back at square one, not getting any views, not getting any money. I mean, if you want to just do this for a short amount of time, like I'm trying to raise this money. So just this week, I need y'all to watch all my videos through. That's still a tall ask, but at least there's a timeline on it. I think the better viable option is for you to just get better. Either get better or stop and go do something else. Do a different endeavor. Because if you want to get into this game, then you have to be hell bent on getting better, improving, and also being able to adapt to the changing landscape, because the content changing landscape is going to change as well. You know, on YouTube, fitness channels used to be the biggest thing. Now, that's like the worst genre to do. So I just have to say that the landscape has changed and it's ever evolving, and it'll always be that way. And that's really just how life is, right? Now you got creators like myself and all that type of stuff. We're competing with AI. AI can continue uploading stuff infinitely. It doesn't take it any time to just create a video. And we got to compete with that. And so we have to improve. We have to be like AI. And we have to get better, and we have to be able to, adapt and evolve. So, I mean, that's just the landscape. That's just where we're at. And you either have to just try to figure out your lane and figure out what you can do and just try to do the best you can and be committed, because committed says that I will do this or I will die trying. And so either way, even if you die trying and you never succeed, that'll still be a fulfilling life. But if you don't have that level of commitment and ultimately personal responsibility, then you probably won't be successful at this. Just to be honest. Y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype because hype was designed for smaller channels. So your hypes go further when you support smaller channels. But if you go to a video and you don't see the hype option available, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So that's why you won't see it there anymore. So usually best practice, if you want to hype, best practices is to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot. And then also, if you want to join the channel as a member, then you can press the join button on YouTube. You should see it on this video. And basically, you would be a part of the DXU family. And what that can come with is badges, where when you leave comments, you'll have the badge beside it. That way people can see that you are a member of the DXU family. And then also it comes with exclusive content that's not posted to YouTube for everyone else. And also early access to videos. So you get to see certain videos earlier as well, if you want to do that. But until then, I'll catch everyone in the next video.